So if I told you that this brassiere was one size fits all, you would say, come on, Nancy, give me a break. But how come the de facto default for step counting is 10,000 steps? Is 10,000 steps really one size fits all? Where did this 10,000 step phenomena come from? You know, do you have visions of like a big conference room of cardiologists all sitting around hammering out the perfect workout and somebody finally said, Eureka, it's 10,000 steps? Not what happened. Back in 1963, scientists were actually kind of looking at Japanese citizens who were gaining a little bit of weight. And in anticipation of the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, a lot of them thought, you know, we really need to get our people moving a little bit more. These scientists found that the average Japanese citizen was walking somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 steps a day. And they thought, you know, if we could get them to do maybe an hour of physical activity, such as walking, a day, then, you know, maybe that's going to translate into some loss of body fat and a little bit better in their cardiovascular system. Well, guess what? That is what happened. The scientists decided that if they could get the population to incorporate a little bit more exercise, that can make a huge amount of difference. If we think about steps in general, at a moderate pace, maybe like about a 3.2 on the treadmill, we're going to get about 6,000 steps an hour, or 3,000 steps every 30 minutes. If the scientists are suggesting they want a total of 10,000 steps a day, really what they're adding on top of their already step count would be about an hour of exercise. And hey, that sounds really good. The other interesting little nugget is that the symbol for 10,000 is in fact a walking man. It looks kind of like a walking man. I'll put that on the screen. So here we've got these scientists that are looking at body fat loss, and all of a sudden this confluence of things came together, and guess what happened? Well, just like a TikTok recipe, it became viral. The 10,000 step idea was embraced and people went crazy all over the world. And this was years and years before the introduction of the Fitbit, not until 2007. So why is 10,000 for me maybe not the best 10,000 for you? Well, first of all, let's talk about fitness levels. Are we all at the same fitness level? No. I've been working out for a long time cardiovascularly, and my endurance is really high. What about somebody that's just starting out? Do they need to get 10,000 right off the bat? Absolutely not. Let's just try building up to it a little bit. Also, what about time constraints? Not everybody has the full amount of time. 10,000 has to be factored in to your time constraints and how you can manage your day. What about physical limitations? Maybe you have other health conditions that might impact your ability to do 10,000 steps every day. Are all 10,000 steps created equally? Well, again, no. Going at a snail's pace, that may not be ideal. You do want to engage your cardiovascular system, so neither are you looking for a major power walk. You don't have to kill yourself because you're not going to be looking forward to walking at that point. Personally, I think it's more important the time that you're putting in, whether you can do 10,000 steps in an hour and a half or you just go for a good solid walk for an hour. I think that's what's more important. You may want to rethink your step count if 10,000 is negatively impacting your day, if you find that you're even putting off other activities because you can't fit it all in the 10,000 steps, then maybe you might want to look at toning it down a little bit. And listen to your body. If your body is aching because you're doing 10,000 steps a day, then clearly that 10,000 is a little bit too much. And when can the idea that your workout at 10,000 steps is not enough? Well, really it's not so much that the 10,000 is not enough, but are you having that variety in your workout? Are you just walking? Because then that's not enough either. For us women, we really, really need to think about strength training. We do need to have the resistance and the weight training in order to keep our bones healthy, help to protect us from osteoporosis, get some good muscle tone. We do not want to get those dreaded falls when we get a little bit older. So in that way, 10,000 steps, if that's all you're going to do, then that's not even quite enough. So don't forget the strength training. Let's face it, it is no surprise that we are never going to please everyone. Somebody's going to say 10,000, people will say it's too much. Others will say it's too little. If they came up with a goal of 5,000, people still wouldn't be happy about that. If we were all like the average Japanese and we really did get 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day and they said add an hour of walking, you know what? I think that's really great, but I don't know that we are all in that space. Sometimes my younger daughter who's away at school, she'll call us around dinner time and she'll say, wow, I can't believe I only have 600 steps today. Because she got up, she went to the lab, she did all her sciencey stuff all day and came home and that's all she has. Clearly, an hour of walking would do her the world of good. Add in some strength training 2 to 3 times a week and presto, that is a recipe for a healthy life. Listen to your body, get some exercise. That is the takeaway here. Whether it's 10,000 steps, whether it's 6,000 steps, do some strength training and get out there and move and be healthy and if you're the kind of person that needs or wants or loves to have a goal to attain every day, maybe like somebody right here. I'm going to keep going with my 10,000. I do get 10,000 minimum a day, and I feel good about it. But you know, I'm getting probably 5,000 at least at Orange Theory every day. So I'm kind of doing my first part of my day like before 9 a.m. And then I'm out for a walk, and I love that. Bottom line, get moving, get walking, feel good, feel healthy. That's all I got to say.